This that I'm going to read is an experiment, and you're the first people in the world to hear it. So you can be the first people to tell me to give it up. I'm coming in towards the end of a short story, children's story, and I want you to imagine a little girl and a fiery figure called God having a conversation because she had told God she would never again pray to him until he answered her question, why are you invisible? And God speaks first. You humans have written and argued what God must look like to see, but hardly a thought have you given to how you might look to me. Am I dead? She asked. Oh Lord, have I said the wrong thing? Not at all, God replied. I know why you said it. I see red when people tell children that to be with me means you have to be dead. God stood again, spinning around. He stretched himself and grew from the sky to the ground. Trees made a platform under his feet. They grew more leaves and wove a curtain to make a stage. Everything happened so fast, Anna couldn't believe it. She turned in time to see about 100 animals digging a pit. Of course, she said, for the orchestra to sit. But the pit filled with water. And then up from the depths came some fish and a whale and even a laughing sea otter. All together they practiced their scales. With a slurp, a shark popped up in the water, grinning and wrinkling his nose. Anna drew back in a hurry to save her fingers and toes. The shark bowed to the fish and rapped for attention. He pointed a stick at the harp seal, who played a riff of his own invention. The curtain parted, and there stood God, still red, still flaming, spinning faster than a helicopter's rotor. He carried a cane, wore soft shoes, and a flat straw hat called a boater. The fish in the pit beat with their fins, slapping them down on the water. A largemouth bass did a run of pom-poms, and an octopus played on a whole lot of drums. God tapped his cane to this rhythmic chatter and sang a song of the kind called a patter. It's a difficult thing being God, to be sure. Being God is a very hard thing, for people think God has nothing to do but be good, be enthroned, and be king. But I am life, its beginning and purpose, and adventure my purpose comprises. I don't sit around doing nothing on end. My heavens, I'm full of surprises. Pum-pum went the fish, swish-swash in the water. Slip-slap went the laughing sea otter. The whale blew a spout. A seal said, cut that out, as God sang this song to his daughter. My people were having tough times, I could see, tossed and lost in a whirl. I must send them a helper, but who? Ah, perfect, a fine little girl. Now this little girl I'd had in mind while I searched for a couple to make her, and ages went by as they do, my oh my, when you are God the Creator. Pum-pum went the fish, swish-swoosh in the water. A seal threw a ball to the otter. The whale blew his spout. A trout called, look out, while God sang joy to his daughter. Oh, such plans must be made and the groundwork laid for a daughter of mine to become. It takes time, trust, and hope is a must, 'cause worry can make a heart numb. It's a risk I take because humans are free to do as they will with my seed. They can gestate and germinate, even can terminate if they think they have practical need. Swish-swash swam the fish, slap-dash went the otter. The whale blew a huge spout of water. It went up, way up high, then down by and by, splat on the head of God's daughter. Anna was soaked. Oh God, I'm slain. The fish band stopped playing. The flowers were shocked. The poor whale tried to explain. I was carried away with the play, you see. I feel unbearably awful to think I'd spout in praise of God's daughter and knock her flat as a waffle. God grew out from the stage. He drew his fire all the way round her, and so no one could hear, said in her ear, we didn't mean to capsize you, just with water and fire baptize you. Do you love me? God said, and Anna's heart beat to thud. Yes, she croaked, to thud, to thud. Do you love me? God asked, to thud, and Anna's voice rapped, I'm thirsty, but yes, I do. God's voice came with a stronger call. Do you love me, Anna? Do you love me at all? And with her scratchy voice, Anna screeched out, "You know that I love you. I can't love you more." And now her heart was going lickety-split, to-thud, 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 to-thud. Oh God, Anna had to shout, "My God, do you want my answer in blood?" Anne felt herself spun, whipped, flung, almost apart. She found herself in God's chest, directly in front of his heart. It was beating with hers, deafening her ear. It had a note attached, "Leave messages here." She reached out and touched it with the tip of her finger. It was the softest thing she'd ever felt. She spelled out her name on it, making her letters high. God moved with pleasure and let out a sigh. Thank you.